Hello friends, Namaskar. I am Dr. Maulik Shah, MD Pediatrics from Vatsalya Superspecialty Child's Clinic. Many of the times patient comes and asks me कि सर मेरे बच्चों को worms के कीड़े के लिए दवा देनी चाहिए क्या, deworming कर देना चाहिए क्या. The child doesn't have any problem. खाना पीना भी सही से कर लेता है and there is no issues like कि उसको worms का. But there are few people who have already suggested 6 महीने पर कीड़े का दवा दे दो. Even BMC people are asking the lady, the anganwadi worker or this polio drop खिलाने आती है जो lady, वो बोलती है कि 6 महीना हो गया उसको कीड़े की दवा दिया है क्या. So friends, for deworming, what this 6 monthly course we call or these people are advocating, these all are prophylactic courses. So not necessary that child needs to have the worm infestation कि हम उसको treat करें. ये प्रोफाइलैक्टिक बेसिस पर दिया जाता है कि इन केस अगर बाय चांस कुछ वर्म्स है भी उसके बॉडी में तो वो उसे क्लियर हो जाए. सो दैट डजंट मीन दैट कि उसको मैंडेटरी है देना ही है करके. So but giving it is not harmful. So giving one dose, so I usually recommend, see everyone says around single dose 6 months, but I usually recommend that अगर हम कोर्स करते ही हैं तो it is always better कि you give one dose and repeat the same dose after 15 days, so that by chance अगर worms है भी, so giving a dose after 15 days will take care of it completely, because in case if the worms are there, फर्स्ट डोज हैव क्लियर द वर्म्स, बट बाय चांस अगर एग्स रह जाते हैं अगर इंटेस्टाइन में तो दोज एग्स विल गेट हैच्ड and then will create a further worm, so that also needs to be cleared if we repeat the dose after 15 days, so that helps. Now this was very much old practice that initially it was mandatory that every 6 monthly the children used to receive a deworming course because of multiple factors, and probably today also there is a trend that in villages or even at remote areas it has to be done because of multiple factors. See, first of all, the child has an exposure to the sand. बच्चे लोग बाहर खेल कर आते हैं, many of the times hand hygiene is not very well maintained, so that is one of the very much predisposing factor for worm infestation. Secondly, vegetables, if we are not cleaning well, if they are not washed well, especially the green leafy vegetables, if they are not cleaned well before using it, that can also lead to worm infestation. Thirdly, like few of the children, they have a history of pica, like eating the sand or eating the mud or just scratching the walls and eating those things. So these also increases the tendency of having worm infestation. One myth I would like to just talk about, many of the people, they have a tendency or thought process कि मीठा खाने से कीड़े या जंतु हो जाते हैं. So friends, that is not the actual scenario. We tend to uh, demotivate a child for having regular intake of this Cadbury's or regular intake of sweets by telling them कि अरे बहुत ज़्यादा खाएगा तो कीड़े हो जाएंगे, but that is not the actual fact. The fact is, if all these things, like as we discussed, the pica, eating mud, scratching the walls, uh, unhygienic practices, hand hygienes, like after coming from the play area or after having a bowel movement and cleaning, we are not having a regular good hand wash with soap. And third, no good cleaning of vegetables or especially leafy vegetables. These all predisposed to have worm infestation, not the sweet intake. So that should be kept clear in mind. Of course, I don't recommend that the children should have a regular Cadbury's and chocolates, but sweet intake doesn't have any correlation with worm infestation. Of late, especially in our metros and otherwise also, the hand hygiene has improved. Let's be very frank about it. Many of the time child comes out from the play, and we always prompt, अरे hand wash कर लो पहले, उसके बाद में जाकर खाना खाना है. So that has improved. Secondly, of it, we have made the schedule of children so tight, so packed. सुबह उठता है, स्कूल जाता है, स्कूल से वापस आता है, खाना खाता है, have a nap of around half an hour or 1 hour, and once again he rushes to tuitions. ट्यूशन से वापस आता है, and the TV is on because पूरे दिन पर मैंने लड़के ने टीवी नहीं देखा है, 1-2 घंटा टीवी देखता है, and then do the regular homework, school homework, have a dinner and go to sleep. बच्चा बाहर जाते ही नहीं है खेलने को, कहाँ से एक्सपोजर मिलेगा? So that, of course, this is absolutely a wrong practice. The child should go out for a play, but this is one of the factor where the probability of having worm infestation has decreased. But actually, it is not a good practice. The previous one is a better practice. Go out, play 1.5 hours, 2 hours of vigorous physical activities. Come home, have a good hand hygiene. Wash the hands, wash the legs, face, and then have a food. Another very important thing is, like, because of all these things, the probability of having worm infestation has decreased. So, not mandatory, give deworming every 6 monthly, but of course we need to be watchful that we take care of all the three parameters what we have discussed initially. अगर पाइका है, बच्चों मड खाता है या बॉल स्क्रैच करके खाता है, every 6 monthly give them regularly. If we have a this thing history that the maid is coming home for cooking and all, you never know whether she has maintained a good hygiene while cleaning the vegetables or cleaning the utensils and vegetables well, especially leafy vegetables. Then also consider that every 6 monthly you give a course of deworming to the child. But if you have through with all these factors and parameters, you can consider that in case if the child is having any symptoms suggestive of worm infestation, we can go ahead with the deworming. So what all these symptoms? So there is something, some one very reluctant worm, that is pinworm. It causes irritation in perianal region during a night time. Why night time? Because the worm is awake that time. So many of the children, they just get up of the deep sleep, they keep itching over the bum area, the perianal area, and they keep shouting, "Arey, ungi kaat raha hai," someone is biting over there, or it is too much of itching tendency. That is one of the classical history we get for worm infestation. Another thing, bloating. Many of the times repeatedly बच्चों का पेट फूका हुआ रहता है. There is no good weight gain of the child, and the child is going lean and thin. Many of the times the parent gives a history that over a period of time he is getting fatigued soon because some worm, weep worm, ankylostoma and all, they keep on biting the intestines. So there is very microscopic blood which keeps on coming out of the uh, body. So when this blood comes out, we are not aware of कि वो motions में blood जाता है, but slowly and steadily it keeps on losing blood, and many of the time we have seen the child coming with a hemoglobin of 3-4, which should be ideally at 11, 12. So but how will this manifest? So many of the times they will come across कि the activity of the child is decreasing. The child is getting too much fatigue, बहुत sooner or later थोड़ा बहुत खेल कर आता है और सो जाता है, and all those stuffs. So this can raise our hairs like कि हाँ कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. So watching for such kind of symptoms will let us to know कि there is something wrong. In such situation, visit a pediatrician nearby or physician if at all such kind of problems are faced by our adults, and get it treated well, because there are different kind of worms for which different kind of medicines are required. So जो prophylactic medicine है वो तो simple medicine है जो syrup form में आता है. अगर less than 2 लेस देन 2 years है तो 5 ml इज इनफ. मोर देन 2 years 10 ml का पूरा बॉटल दे दो. वर्म्स का जो बॉटल है 10 ml का एक बॉटल आता है अल्बेंडाजोल का. बट in case of any symptoms which are quite suggestive of worm infestation, or you find the child is not comfortable feeling well, weight loss हो रहा है या फिर easy fatigability हो रही है, constipation होता है, stomach bloated feel होता है, or any kind of stomach disturbance, always it is recommended to visit a pediatrician or adult physician in case if the adult is facing this problem. So this is overall what I would like to speak about the worm infestation. Mind you, it is really a very important thing. Of course, it has decreased over a period of time because of our hand hygiene has improved, but it is still a major health related issue for every one of us. So be aware of it, stay wise, and stay healthy. Namaste. Thank you.
Go.